So today I thought we would spend a few minutes talking about the value proposition for foods that are healthy, because I think there's a perception that healthy foods are expensive and that, you know, people don't buy things that are healthy because they cost too much, and availability is an issue if it's healthy food. But, you know, as you and I both know, in the world of plants, economy is sort of the byproduct of it being plant-based. And also availability. I mean, we're fortunate, we live here in California and we have fruits and vegetables in abundance. But I wanted to share a recipe for a vegetable curry, which I thought would be quick and easy and fun to make. And I've cut up a bunch of vegetables here that we can put into the pan sort of all at once. It's one of those one-pot wonders, you know. You don't have to mess with it. The longest part of preparing a dish like this, of course, is cutting everything and chopping. But once you have that down, or you buy frozen even, which is another option, it's really a quick fix as far as a healthy meal is concerned. But let's talk for a minute, if we could, about portion sizes and value. So I brought along an onion, and as we talked before the show, you mentioned, oh, that looks like a really big onion. That must be, you know, at least a pound of onion. And in fact, weighing it, we realized, yes, it is a pound of onion.
Yeah, that's an extra large onion.
That's an extra large onion. And of course, I have some chopped here and ready to go. But
so you would probably be able to get 3 of those from this one onion.
Exactly. And that one onion might cost 69 cents, 79 cents. In a cheap market or less expensive market might cost, you know, half that.
Yeah, 30, 40 cents, yep.
And so that's 3 or 4 servings of onion, depending on your recipe. And I also pre-prepared a little bit of broccoli, and I brought a broccoli stalk, and this one is just about 6 ounces, so about 1/3 of a pound of broccoli. And clearly you would get at least this much out of it, if not more. This is a 12-ounce cup.
I think a pound of broccoli is something like 10 servings.
So, you know, we see quickly how inexpensive it is to put all these together. So let's just start by seasoning our pan with a little bit of the onion that I brought. And I'm going to add in a little bit of curry powder because, you know, I think a vegetable curry is a really easy dish to prepare.
So how do you know how much to shake out? Do you ever measure it?
I've been doing this for a long time, so I no longer measure, but...
yeah, so you're just covering up the onion.
Exactly, exactly. And by toasting the curry, it brings out the flavor in the curry powder. Taste a little bit of because curry can be pretty sharp. Doesn't it
smells so
wonderful?
good.
Let's talk for a minute while the vegetables are sauteing about smell and purchase decisions, because that's probably something you've researched a bit too.
Not really.
No?
But
because I know you talked about the physical appearance of food at the register affecting a purchase decision.
Yeah.
Do you think that the smell as well makes a difference?
Well, I mean, I think most vegetables don't have much of a smell. I think some of the leafy green vegetables might smell, like arugula has a fabulous smell. But I haven't noticed a smell for broccoli or celery, you know, just when it's cold. Maybe after it cooks, it has a smell.
Right. Well, you know, I ask because I know, like, when you're selling a house, they say bake cookies or, you know, do something that has cinnamon, make the house smell good, because it affects people psychologically.
Yeah, I think fruits have a wonderful smell. You
so
know?
let's talk for a minute about it. I brought a cantaloupe.
A cantaloupe.
Now,
that probably has a great smell.
And of course, a cantaloupe like that weighs about a pound. But usually you buy them, this one turned itself off, but usually you buy them by the piece. So quite often a cantaloupe like that will be maybe $2, something like that in the market, $2, 2 for $4, something like that. And, you know, typically, again, servings I mean, I would guess that you would get easily 8 average servings out of
probably a small one, about 8
So again,
servings.
about 25 cents a serving.
Right.
So I've put in here our onions, some carrots, some bell peppers, some celery. We can add in some broccoli, and we've got even a little bit of cauliflower here. And you see what's happening here visually is we're creating something that has this wonderful palette of color.
Yeah, beautiful.
And really, we eat first with our nose, so we want to make it smell right. And then, if it passes the nose test, it goes to the eyes, because, you know, after you're, what is it, over the age of 3, you no longer put things in your mouth that smell bad or look awful, something like that. And then, if it passes the eyes and the nose, then we're willing to taste it. So
purple is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And you know, just a little bit of purple cabbage. And again, talk about affordable. This is maybe 10 cents a serving.
Right.
The other vegetables ranging in price, some zucchini here from 15 or 20 cents a serving.
Yeah.
So we put in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different kinds of vegetables, all right? And let's say on the average, they're, and a little bit more seasoning because our volume here has grown. Let's say 25 cents an average serving size. So we've created a dish here that will easily serve 4 or 5 people, maybe with a little brown rice at the bottom, maybe some potatoes could be added to it to complement the vegetables. But we're talking about something that has a price point per serving.
It's affordable, definitely affordable. You know, the USDA has done research on what vegetables do cost. And I don't think anywhere in the country vegetables are more than about, you know, at the most 50 cents a serving. And you know, the USDA, the guidelines, the dietary guidelines for Americans say that the average person needs 4.5 cups of fruits and vegetables every single day.
Wow.
4.5 cups. So that means if you divide it across 3 meals, that's 1.5 cups a meal.
Right, right.
You know, fruits and vegetables. And people forget that they need that every day, and if they don't get it every meal, then they're going to have to somehow compensate.
Right.
And try to, if you didn't get it at breakfast, at lunch, try eating all 4.5 cups at dinner.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen, right?
Right.
And that's why it's really important to spread it out, because it's pretty hard to eat it all at once. It's just, the volume is so great. And what's so nice about it, it does fill you up.
Right. All that fiber really makes you feel full. And I'm wondering, now that we've got this wonderful, colorful, beautiful dish, is your salivary glands, are we feeling it a little bit?
Yeah, feeling it, especially that smell is so lovely.
All right, well, how about if I ask you to taste? Will you take a bite?
Okay.
All right, let's dish it up just a little bit, because I know it's hot, and but again, just realizing that the color is so lovely and so welcoming that
all right.
Here you go.
All right.
Now,
Alrighty.
obviously, a little bit more time, and
I'm going for that carrot. Yummy. That was really good.
Thank you. Thank
I'm going
you
for these
so
carrots.
much. Yeah, that bright orange color really attracts us, right? It's the color of health. So, Dr. Cohen, Deborah, I know that people will want to follow your work. And of course, your book is available on Amazon.
Yes.
And that's where I found it.
A Kindle book too.
A Kindle book too. So it's an easy read, a great read. But how else can people find you?
Well, I'm at the Rand Corporation, and you can look at the Rand website and see the work that I'm doing. But I do hope you'll read the book. And in the book, there's a chapter on what people can do about this obesity epidemic. I think the first thing is really that we have to stop blaming ourselves. You know, nobody wants to be fat. I don't think anyone is deliberately trying to eat too much, you know, and exercise too little. It's really the environment that's creating this situation that's undermining our long-term goals. And so we've got to do what we've done with other issues in public health, is, you know, have some standards, have some way to control the environment so that it doesn't put us at risk every time we step out the door. We have standards for cars. So, we don't crash, that cars don't explode and, go on fire. And we have, regulations that check that out. We have standards for water. We have standards for air. We have standards for housing. Just imagine if we didn't have railings on the stairs, we'd be falling. And would we blame ourselves? No, we realize that by not having a system that keeps us safe, we're at risk. And that's what's happened with the food environment. We have nothing that protects us from being overwhelmed with too much food, from making us feel hungry when we don't need to eat. That's the problem. Just let's target where the source is, and then we can all be healthy effortlessly.
Yeah, wouldn't that
right?
be great?
But that's what it would be.
Yeah.
If people didn't serve us too much and make us buy food that would make us sick, we would be healthy.
Well,
that's
it's
the
a
way to
great
look
read,
at it.
And we'll definitely keep in touch and see how we're doing as
Okay.
a society. So I hope you'll come back and visit
All
us
right,
again.
well, thanks for
and
having
thank you
me.
again for coming.
All right, my pleasure.
For more Food Exposed, check me out on emPOWERme.tv. And until next week, remember, make food your best friend and exercise your companion for life.